Thanks, Amir. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And thank you very much for that intro, Amir. Welcome back to a odd game week here from us here at Top Tier Talk, where unfortunately there are no game weeks this week, but we still have a lot to cover with the likes of Thomas Tuchel getting sacked. We have Graham Potter entertaining us at Chelsea now. So let's get straight into it, boys. What have we got going for us? Chavez, take it away.
Well,
We used to Tuchel, so Amir, go.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
go to the Chelsea fan.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Chelsea one. Yeah.
Wait. Before you do,
how
actually,
great-
I do want to bring it up though, Amir. We had a similar conversation between me, my Chavez, and Daniel, saying how you were never to bring up a conversation about Thomas Tuchel ever because he should get the rest of the season. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
What's going on?
and I still stand by that. That was crazy. We had a chat. You guys all predicted Tuchel to be first sacked, or I think one or two of you did hint at it. And 2 days after the Champions League game, literally the morning after, he was gone. And I'm absolutely heartbroken by that decision. It's the wrong decision. Thomas Tuchel did so much for Chelsea Football Club in a short time there. Probably in the top three, top four best managers in Chelsea's history, and he's gone now. And I was absolutely heartbroken, gutted about that decision. He did so much for us in such a short space of time. The Champions League, Club World Cup meant we've won every trophy now possible as a club. Got to domestic finals. His cup run record was good. I know we didn't win it, but the record was good every final he reached. And yeah, he's gone. And I don't understand why he was gone. He deserved more time. I'm gonna bring you guys into it. What do you guys think of the decision? Were you shocked by it? Go ahead.
I wasn't
No,
shocked
it
by
doesn't
it. I
surprise
wasn't
me at
shocked
all.
by it. But
That's
it's still a big
terrible.
blow for the Chelsea fans, in my opinion. I think he was a fantastic manager and a good servant for your club. I think it was very hasty to kind of get rid of him. You know, obviously Graham Potter's doing well at the moment. Fair play to him for doing well at Brighton. One Champions League game of a 1-0 loss over who is it? Zagreb.
Yep.
And I don't know. It seems to be your new owner, Todd, just obviously seems to think it's like an American kind of league where if he doesn't win a certain amount of games, then he's gone straight away. He doesn't really care about the reputation or loyalty of the club.
I disagree with that. I believe he wanted to remove everything Abramovich in any DNA of Abramovich in this club and wanted to start fresh. That's why all our board's gone, Petr Cech, Marina have gone, and I guess Thomas Tuchel was the last piece of that puzzle. He was a Abramovich appointment, and I think he wanted better.
Just carry on.
You're muted.
Just carry on.
You're muted. Am I better now?
No, but just carry on.
What? What's going
Right,
on?
I was going to say with Graham Potter because I think Todd had his decision made already. If you don't know about the story, who was it? They wanted to loan Billy Gilmore to Brighton, and Todd told him beforehand, "Don't leave." I think in his mind, he already knew he wanted a more progressive manager. With this, it's not a shock, but I would ask you, Amir, as a Chelsea fan, what does Graham Potter need to do to save his job? Because it's day one now, and his job is in. You're a Chelsea manager from day one. Your job is under pressure, regardless of what you do. It's red flag. So, what does he need to do to survive? Because he's already in survival mode.
True.
That's a very good question. What's Graham Potter need to do? I believe in giving managers time, so I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to start hating on the guy because I liked Tuchel before and then he's the next appointment. Even if you don't reach top four this season, I think you still keep Graham Potter. I think he's working with Tuchel's players, which is another thing I didn't understand. Why would Bowley allow Tuchel to get players like Aubameyang, etc., and then sack in 3 games in unless there was always a plan to get Aubameyang as a stopgap until we got a better striker eventually? But I don't know. So I'd give him
not your opinion though. Like, what do you think Todd will do? No, bearing in mind now that we've seen he's even more brutal than we thought.
This is a Todd signing. I think Todd will keep him. He'll back him. As I said, I don't know if I was lagging before. I think he wanted everything Abramovich-esque or in his DNA to leave the club, and Thomas Tuchel was the last part of that because he was an appointment by him. That's why I think, yeah.
I just wanted to say then, I remember you were saying about how, like, even if he doesn't get top 4, you'll still like him and everything like that. Will that change your overall goal for this season then? Is your goal still trying to get top 4, or is it?
No, Chelsea
Wigan?
Football Club's aim is always to get top 4, and I still think we can do that. I think Chelsea are a club that always aspire. Top 4 is a minimum for us. I think a trophy also is what is expected, and even if that is not reached with Graham Potter, I would say give until next season, give him the winter, get him all the resources he wants, and then you give them a chance.
Takes time to build something like that.
Exactly, and I think obviously Graham Potter's a good manager, young potential, English as well. Everyone likes him, but I think sacking Tuchel so quickly was hasty, to be honest. It was too rash. It was very rash. Didn't give him time.
Don't you think it's a bit like, shouldn't you be going for the title? If you're saying your aim is top 4 every season, but you got top 4 last season.
We should be aiming for the title, did you say?
Yeah, because why did you get Graham Potter? You might as well have kept Thomas Tuchel if your aim was top 4.
Our aim is not top 4. Our aim is to win a trophy. What am I saying? You guys lagged for me as well there, so I'm just trying to think. Can you repeat that question?
Is your aim not the title?
Because you said top 4 is Chelsea's aim. Surely sacking Tuchel means
our aim
progress.
No, because there's teams still better than us, like Manchester City and Liverpool.
Arsenal.
That's why. No, Man City and definitely not.
Man United and Tottenham.
Man United and Tottenham, yeah.
Literally everyone.
Crystal Palace.
No. Obviously, finishing third, if we finish second, is obviously a positive. It will obviously be a positive compared to last season, but no. Top 4 is always a minimum for Chelsea Football Club. That's why, and especially with a new manager now, which obviously changes everything, style of football, his philosophy, etc. I think getting top 4 with Graham Potter will be a huge achievement. This is his first time in a big club as well, a club this size. Like, you don't blame the guy.
I don't think you sack managers for that reason. Like, if it was another club and they sack the manager, you give them a season. But Chelsea don't sack for that reason. You sack to improve right away, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but if we wanted to do that and get instant results, wouldn't we try and get someone else like Poch or Zidane?
I just think if you get top 4. If you get top 4 and no trophy, I think that's a bad season.
Yeah, I agree.
It is always, of course, there's always a. What would you say then?
I was going to say Poch. I think it's a bit. You will appreciate what he's done, but after PSG, he's mudded himself a little bit.
Not really. I think he's still got a good.
He'll end up at Leicester.
Good CV at Tottenham.
Whoever loses between Leicester and Villa, and either Rodgers or Gerrard gets sacked, he could well end up there.
Could do, but it's a downgrade as always. But yeah,
we'll see.
What would you say? Is that Chelsea Football Club's top 4 is always like, if you get top 4, do you think that's a flop of the season?
Yeah, because what did you do last season? You do the exact same thing, but you also won the club.
No, we did way more. No, we won a Club World Cup. We won the Super Cup.
And now you're saying
every
after
single
all
domestic
of that,
final. I know we didn't win anything, but we played the most, and we had the sanctions. Thomas Tuchel had the sanctions.
Yeah, and despite all of that,
owner change, and despite all of that, he came third place. He did not deserve to be sacked.
top 4. Now to say top 4 and no trophies.
Yeah, but it's a new manager though. It's a new manager.
No, but it doesn't work like that, Chelsea.
It does work.
Do you say that for Manchester City? If Manchester City went and sacked Pep and got Graham Potter in, would you say, they're aimed for top 4 now? No. You'd say they're struggling.
It's different. It's a different club. They're a much better club than us. A much better run. They're much better players.
Your club doesn't.
You think beginning of the season, Chelsea or Manchester United or Liverpool or Tottenham, the 3 clubs that are kind of below the Liverpool, Man City, would have thought, yeah, we're going to win the league. That's our aim. No, we're not going to win the league.
Do you know who's above that, though? So who's above that?
Shut up. So your aim from last season, at the start of the season, Chelsea fans had an understanding that your aim was lower than what happened last season.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I completely disagree.
No, not aim is low. What do you mean by aim is low? I think top 4
your
is
goals.
The same as our goal has always been our goal is top 4.
No, that's disappointing. I agree with you.
So stupid.
Your minimum expectation should be top 4. But what's the point of being in the league if you're not going to go for the title? Your goal should be the title. Your minimum expectation.
Not with that attitude.
Your minimum expectation should be top 4. Your goal should be the.
I think with a new manager,
regardless
especially,
of new manager, you should be challenging.
Because your club's different. You don't sack managers for the long term and give them time. You sack managers.
I think this is different. I think that's what he's done with Graham Potter. He's going to give him time. That's what I think. You don't get a manager. Why would he not go for a more experienced manager at a bigger club then? Why did he go for Graham Potter? That's like a trust the process manager, is it not?
We'll see in December when he gets
No, it is though.
It's trust the process. He's used it. He's used the
face.
Listen. He's a trust the process manager.
You're saying Chelsea are going to trust the process. You're not going to trust.
That's what it looks like with Graham Potter. If it wasn't, would we not go for Zidane or a Luis Enrique?
If you trusted the process, you wouldn't sack Tuchel with a 60% win percentage.
I didn't want to sack.
He couldn't even trust. He couldn't trust the 5-minute process. How's he going to trust this one?
I do want to ask that, boys.
Did I want to sack Tuchel?
No, but we're saying it from Todd's point of view. I think Todd sacks Potter in December if need be.
No, he don't. No, he don't. You think he's the same as Abramovich? Is he the exact same as Abramovich?
He's worse. Apparently, he's more brutal because that decision was mental. Like, he came even quicker than we thought.
Of course it was. But he wanted.
If we're going off the small sample size, then
yeah. I just want to say that, boys. I do want to say though, but I want to move on to Chelsea now because realistically, if that's a Chelsea fan's view, where last year, as you said, Chavez, they were getting like the Club World Cup, the Super Cup, and everything like that, and now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we'll get top 4, maybe. That's poor in my opinion, but anyway, we'll move on.
Maybe I'm only saying that because we've had a no. Let me finish. You can't say that without moving on. I'm saying that because we've had a manager.
Because it's so.
He's a manager who has no experience in the. How?
Because Arteta. No. Let's reel it back. Let's reel it back a couple of years when Arteta became manager of Arsenal. He was expected to get top 4. He was expected this. As soon as we came like 6th last year, why is it different for Chelsea?
No, it wasn't. He didn't.
Yes, he was. Bullshit. Media hated it. Media were all on his case when he didn't get top 4. Chavez, back it.
Why? So not your security.
No, I don't cry. No, but Graham Potter is a first-time manager in a big club. Is his first time?
But it's Chelsea. That doesn't matter. If Potter wins 3, if Potter loses, let's talk about Potter's pathway to the sack. How many does he need to lose in a row to be sacked? 20, 30, 40? It's 4. It's 4 or 5. If he loses 4 or 5, he's going to get sacked.
He won't get sacked. He won't get sacked.
He will get sacked.
How many do you need? How many do you need?
If the World Cup
relegation
zone,
if we're in the relegation zone, he gets sacked. That's it.
If you're stinking it out by the World Cup and the World Cup's there and everyone's got a month off.
What is your interpretation of stinking it out? What is
losing in games in a row?
Not keeping up with the pack.
You think that will sack him? A guy with just given a 12 million contract.
It's Chelsea Football Club, of course.
Yeah, it's probably.
Chelsea
Football Club. Your club is so volatile.
You're gonna go back to your old ways of getting a Zidane in or someone quick fight.
Yeah, someone big. Yeah.
Why didn't he do that straight away then? Why didn't he do that straight away then?
You sacked a manager before us, so you have no legs to stand on.
He wanted everything Abramovich DNA out, and he was going to start with a new manager.
Champions League.
No. He's capable of sacking a Champions League winning manager with a 60% win rate. He won't have an issue sacking Potter after losing 5 games.
Then why did he get Potter in then? What do you think, in your lot's point of view? Why did Potter
it doesn't matter. He might in his mind think, long term. He's not going to have any patience. Then what is he then?
Yeah, but why?
It's an experiment. Paul will go back to Brighton. Paul will get another job.
Why would you think if Graham Potter he signed that contract, he has security that he's going to be backed in January. He's going to have a
Tuchel was backed in the summer, and look what happened after 2 games. He got sacked. He got all the players he wanted. Money is an issue. So you
think he's exact same as Abramovich, if not worse? Do you think he's worse?
Worse. I think he's worse. You'll see it.
You think
he has no patience. He has no patience.
If he sacks Potter, he has no patience.
I can't believe he sacked one of the best win percentages you'll ever see in the Premier League. 60's just not heard of that often. And he's just won a Champions League and he sacked that. Graham Potter with 0 trophies, 0 accolades in football. No issue.
Why are you not back in Tuchel?
I'll sack him tomorrow.
You lot said Tuchel should go.
No, we said he will go. We didn't say he should.
We said we know what your club's like and you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with the Potter appointment.
It's an embarrassing thing to the sport.
I don't think I think Potter is a with Potter signing is a trust the process.
I feel like
give
it
him
was.
time.
I feel like
I can't believe
whatever
Chelsea
happens,
trust the process.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like whatever happens.
I'm gonna have.
They got me on striker,
Is it-
They
Yeah.
wanted Aubameyang.
I've had it.
Now
yeah.
they're trusting the process. Yeah.
Chelsea
What's next?
trust the process.
What's next? Is your away
If-
kit going to be
if-
red next
if-
season?
If it's not trust the process, why didn't he go for a manager who has more experience
sack the
with a top
process.
four
Sack the
side or a
process when it
winning
doesn't
side?
work
Process.
in the games.
Sack the
Zidane,
process. Yeah.
Poch, Enrique.
Sack the process.
Okay, move on. I don't. What else do we have?
No, I wanted to talk to you boys actually about the international break coming up because obviously, unfortunately, the Queen has died, so we obviously have no football for the next couple of weeks. But that does mean when football does return eventually, the players do go to international duty. So what do you boys
There's
think of that?
football. There's football.
No, it's back on Saturday. It's back on Saturday.
Oh, is
Sunday
it?
counts.
Oh, I thought
Yes.
it was because. Oh, okay, fair enough. But okay, we get 1 week of it, but then
So-
it's international break. What do you boys think about the international break before we go back into it?
Well, England have got Germany, I think, so that'll be a good game.
No one's
Do you reckon it'll be
looking
like an injury risk for the season, or would you reckon?
Always is. Always is. 100%.
I think
Someone's there.
international friendlies are pointless. Just we've got a World Cup coming up. I think it's
No,
absolutely.
Elliot, come on. They're not friendlies. It's the
Nations League, right?
Nations League. Yeah, it's
Embarrassing.
not friendlies. Come on.
I
now.
think Mason Mount should be removed, effective immediate, from the England national
from the Premier League.
because Madison is Madison in it. He needs to be playing.
Give
him Mount.
give him back to Derby.
If we're going based
Give him
off
back
of
to Vitesse.
Let's go.
Give Mason
Yeah.
Mount back to Vitesse. get him out the league.
As you said, Mason Mount gone of England and he's gone. Done.
He's seen
He's
it.
joining, he's joining Mason in the dark depths of the
No, do you know what it
recycling.
is? Yeah, no. Edu, I want to say very quickly on the international duty before we go on to it. Edu is a masterclass, by the way. Do you see how any of our Gabbies haven't been called up for the Brazil squad because we specifically said no. You're not having them for the friendlies. Because we're not letting them get in. Because we're not letting them get injured for that stupid friendly bullshit.
They didn't get picked because they're not good enough, mate. They didn't get picked because they're not good enough, mate. That's
Neither is your manager. We.
Now, to be fair, I would pick
manager's
Jesus
not
over
good enough.
Richarlison. And I've seen the Brazil team. So if you're going based off that, they're incorrect.
And then the three Gabbies. So do you think Gabriel's going to get ahead of Thiago Silva and Marquinhos? Like, behave. No.
T Silva, yeah. This currently on form, yeah.
But what?
To be fair, which is
On
what it
form.
should be.
The man,
Yeah,
the
if
captain.
we're basing it on form,
If it
No
is
problem.
based on
He's
form,
the captain. He's the
which should
captain.
be.
He's the captain of Brazil.
Yeah,
Captain.
but if it's
no,
on
no, no,
form,
no.
if it's on form,
He's not
Richarlison's
gonna-
the best player in the world right now.
Oh, don't start this again.
Well, yeah, if you're just talking about one
Rich,
week,
right this second.
right now,
Not-
right now,
Yeah,
Richarlison's
right
the
now,
best
right
striker in
now.
the world.
Not 1 week, like over the course of this season so far, Chelsea have stunk it out. So anyone in there.
I think Thiago Silva's not been involved in that. He's not really the problem. Todd Bowley is.
No,
but, you know.
Mason Mount shouldn't be nowhere near this England squad.
Yeah, I mean, you would agree with that. Come on.
Agree with what?
Because
Mason
even
Mount
when
should be in
Mount's
the England
played
squad.
for England, you know the way players can be bad for their club and still play for their country, like Maguire, because he does play well for the country. Mount doesn't even play well for England, so he should not be anywhere near it because he's not been good for his club either.
Well, he will be. He will be because he's.
It doesn't.
he's
But do you
good
not
enough
think
to
he's
play
not
for
deserving of it?
I don't think Maguire's deserving of it, but he'll get it.
No,
But
but-
Rashford wasn't deserving, but he got
No,
it.
we're not asking about Maguire.
No,
We're
no, no.
asking about
Yeah,
Mason Mount.
Mason
Mount-
Mount deserves to be in it. Yeah.
No, Mount has no leg to stand on though. He's not even good for the country, and he's not played
Yeah,
well
He
for
does
his
have
club.
a leg to stand on.
What's he
of
done
course
this
does.
season? Why does he
Of course
deserve to
does.
be there?
It's just he's played 5 games, 6 games this season. Based on the last Euros run, he was very good for England, so he deserves to be in the squad.
No, he wasn't though. He was terrible.
Jadon
Not
Sancho
good at
don't
all.
deserve to be in. Jadon Sancho is crap. Jadon Sancho is actually useless. He
I'm
don't
asking
deserve to
about
be
Mount.
in either.
So,
Yeah, I know.
wait, wait.
Deflected to
So-
Jadon Sancho to Maguire.
I'm asking about Mason.
So you're basing it off a tournament that happened over a year ago. That's what you're
Yeah.
basing it on.
Would you change
A
that
year
squad
ago.
if they reached the final? Would based apart from a couple of, why are you getting upset for, Watford fan? Would you
He's
change
so
apart from
angry.
a couple
He is
players?
Yeah,
so
so
angry.
true.
Please,
What
you're
am I
bringing
gonna
my
be
club
angry
into.
Don't
You're
cry.
bringing my club into it
No, no,
because
but the thing is, to me,
you'll
you
bring
said
up-
Maguire doesn't deserve to be in it. But I get Southgate's. I don't want Maguire in it, but his Southgate's argument is he does well for his country in a back five. Then
Well,
club,
actually,
he's
no,
terrible.
Chavez
But
last
Mount
year.
doesn't do
did
well
you not
in
get Bayern-
either. Mount doesn't do well in
I'd
either.
put Foden at centre attacking mid instead of Mount.
Was
Madison
did
gets in
Maguire
over
not
Mount.
the player of the tournament last
A good
Euros, or am I
3
imagining?
players getting ahead of Mount, in my opinion.
I'll name these 3 players then, if you can. Can you even name 3 players?
Mason. Oh, so we got Phil Foden, James Maddison.
Phil Foden's already in the squad, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I'd put him as centre attacking midfield. You idiot.
Yeah, name 3 players that aren't in the squad that I'd getting over Mount. Can you name that?
James Ward-Prowse.
Bukayo Saka.
Is you Elliot? Bukayo Saka was also in the squad if we're based on the last Euro squad.
James Ward-Prowse.
Name 3 players. James Ward-Prowse. Okay, that's 1.
James Maddison.
2. Can you name a third, Elliot, without help? Jared Bowen.
I'd have him over Mount.
Bowen.
Was a right winger or as a midfielder?
As a right winger. I'd have him as you just said as a name. They should take over Mount, you idiot.
I'm taking Luke Shaw and Cam over Mount.
Yeah, I'd put fucking Harry Maguire.
Okay, fair enough, man. This is what this podcast has come to. Then this is what we've come to. Then really just coming
top
for the
footballing knowledge.
That's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, this is what we've come to. Fair enough.
So upset. All right, we'll move on because we see a bit over here in the bottom right. So
what am I crying about?
Let's end on tears. Let's end on the tears.
No. For the first time, Chelsea's going to be.
Shut up! I've had enough about Chelsea.
We're gonna see what happens. You've been talking about Chelsea the whole time.
Yeah, and I've had enough of it now. So let's see.
Let's talk about Arsenal. Let's talk about some other stuff.
Should we do some top of the league? Should we do some predictions for this weekend? Yeah. So, yes, Amir, we're playing this weekend, are we not?
Okay, let's do predictions.
Chelsea up.
So, Brentford, Arsenal. Brentford at home.
Brentford. 1-0 Brentford.
3-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal.
4-1 Arsenal. Then Manchester United Leeds.
No, that's not going ahead.
Is it not?
No,
right. That's on Sunday, isn't it? And neither's Chelsea.
Why?
What?
Because the Queen's funeral's on Sunday. They've been cancelled. All games.
Why is the Arsenal game on then?
Because it's a Saturday.
No. What? No,
Queen's funeral's on Monday, mate.
It's all games on Sunday, Monday. That's why we're cancelled.
Arsenal game is
for Sunday, Monday. We're cancelled.
Chelsea's postponed.
The Arsenal game is apparently still going ahead. So I don't know. We'll see.
But we're going to beat Blackburn. We're going to beat Blackburn tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus, Watford. Anyway,
and beat Sunderland as well.
The United game.
I've got
exactly.
I swear I read earlier.
Predictions anyway. United Leeds.
6-0 United.
2-1 United.
I reckon 2-1 United as well.
Now here we go. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Leeds, and Brighton Palace off.
There we go.
Well, why then? Why is Arsenal Brentford still going ahead then, I wonder?
You just
the game's
Saturday.
It's not. It's not, you retard.
No, he's right. I've just checked.
Brentford Arsenal's at 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
Maybe it's before the funeral, I don't know.
Who knows anyway? But yeah,
maybe no one cares about Arsenal in the game.
What was going on?
Well, that wraps it up. So for everyone watching, thank you very much for an enjoyable and chaotic episode. And catch us next week when we get to enjoy a little bit of game week catch up on the Arsenal game and Watford, a little bit of a minute one for Blackburn, and hopefully, we don't really want to say hopefully, but for Sunderland as well.